I am a critic, I am a critic, I am a critic, I am a critic, I am a critic.
What's up, opinionators? I am the IMO Critic, and it is time for me to review what is new for you. So tonight I shall participate in a midnight screening of Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, I think it's safe to say the hype level for this movie has been pretty high leading up to the movie. And I will say I have seen the Rotten Tomatoes ratings currently coming in. They're not good. But I've not read any of the actual specific reviews, I've just seen the percentage rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so without further ado I'm going to lend some of my predictions as to what I will enjoy and what I shall not about Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. So I think the first and foremost positive that's going to come out of this movie is Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he is a great casting choice. And it has been a long time since the nightmares of Daredevil. But I think he was a great casting choice, and I know that the Batman he's playing is supposed to be a lot older, he's much more world-weary, as Affleck put it himself, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Affleck brings to the table. And I think another one of the main positives going into Batman vs Superman will be one of the main positives that has trended all across Zack Snyder's movies, and that is the visuals. Zack Snyder is a very visual director. He knows exactly what he wants to capture in the frame, so I think, without a doubt, his movie will be very pretty to look at. And I think the action sequences will be very visual. I think they'll be much more of a spectacle rather than an actual fight. And I think it'll be much more something that you're supposed to watch on the big screen. And also, I must say, as a little additional positive, I really liked Henry Cavill as Superman in Man of Steel, though I did not enjoy Man of Steel. I think he's really good casting, he has the look of the comic books, he also displays the attitude of the comics, which can rub people the wrong way, but Superman is generally a very one-dimensional character anyway. It's why we love him. And now this brings me on to the things that I think will not be very good about the movie. Number 1. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I do not like this casting choice. I never have liked this casting choice. He never once struck me as a good Lex Luthor. I've never been a big Jesse Eisenberg fan. I find him to be a very one-dimensional actor. And that's not a dig at the person, because I don't know the person. This is just my opinion on his acting. But generally, I saw him in the trailers and I thought he was playing it up far too crazy and far too sort of evil, maniacal laugh. So I think, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I will not like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Another big negative, I think, is actually going to be the plot. Zack Snyder's not good at delivering plot on the screen. His movies are very much a visual thing, they're very much candy for the eyes. But Zack Snyder's pacing and his telling of plots has never been very good. Watchmen is the best movie Zack Snyder's ever released, and that's because the plot and the pacing was really good as well as the visuals. But movies like 300 and Man of Steel, the stories are okay, but the pacing and the general delivery of the story has not been very good, and that is why I do not see Batman v Superman having much of a plot. And given the 2.5-hour runtime, I can't see Zack Snyder being able to deliver a consistent plot for that length of time, especially considering the amount he has to put in. I predict he'll get everything in there, but I think it'll feel rushed. I don't want to predict it, but I can't imagine the action will be very well spaced out either. I think the first part of the movie might be quite boring, and this is obviously just me saying this, and I haven't seen the movie. This is a prediction. Oh yes, and another positive I think will come out of this movie is Hans Zimmer's soundtrack. Hans Zimmer's teamed up with a guy called Junkie XL. I've not heard any of his music, but I gather he's also doing quite well in film composition, and Hans Zimmer's collaboration soundtracks are generally really strong. One of the only things I liked about Amazing Spider-Man 2 was its awesome soundtrack. And I predict that Hans Zimmer will once again show us why he is one of the best composers in the world right now, and he will give us an excellent film soundtrack. These are obviously predictions, they're not in hindsight of seeing the movie, that will be for tonight, but I can't wait to see the movie either way because my hype is very high. I don't want to allow the hype to overtake everything though, but who knows, maybe the film will be a lot better to me than it seems to be on the Rotten Tomatoes ratings. But anyway, if you have not seen Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice yet, what do you predict will be the positives and the negatives of the movie? Whatever you think, put it down in the comment section below. Also, if you like what you've seen here and you like the predictions, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And if you didn't like the predictions, well, I predict you will probably hit the dislike button. And I'll hate you forever. I am the IMO Critic, and I'll be back again with my official review of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. See you later!